Catch me if you can, because I'm the England man, and what you're looking at is the master plan. We ain't no hooligans, this ain't a football song. 3 lions on my chest, I know. Listen, you never lose it. Hi, I'm John Barnes, and today I'm going to be reacting to your Futbin comments. John Barnes is always an underrated icon every year, and will probably stay like that until the end of FIFA. I suppose the only thing that I think I'm underrated was my defending. So I don't think I'm underrated. I'm quite happy to be there. My son, my young son, I've got a 12-year-old son he's actually sold me 4 times. I didn't know you could sell him, especially a dad, but he sold me 4 times to swap for some other people. But he's quite happy because something has come out now, actually. Don't know when this is going out, but something has come out now to make me seem better than I am. I don't know how sometimes my FIFA rating goes up when I've not played for 30 years, and now all of a sudden my FIFA rating goes up as if I've improved. But no, I'm happy with that. I don't think I'm underrated, by FIFA anyway. It says Watford icon. This is G. Lewis 3030. Yeah, people forget I played for Watford. People forget actually, most of I would say at least half of my England caps came when I was at Watford. The goal against Brazil was when I was at Watford. And that is why I suppose when I came to Liverpool, my career took off at people, and I've been there for 10 years, longer than at Watford, but some of my happiest and my best performances were for Watford. So glad to see that the Watford posse are giving us a good mention.
Online it says that you signed for a fee of a set of kits. Yeah. Can you tell us anything about that?
Well, I was playing for a local team in Sudbury Court, and people forget that, back then players didn't, if you're going to go to a club, there wasn't a transfer fee. It wasn't a professional club. It wasn't even a semi-professional club. So they were happy to get a kit. So, it's a great story that John Barnes turned out to be John Barnes, but Stanley Matthews would have been playing for a local team and went to Stoke for no money. So the whole idea of, my team should have got £1 million or £50,000 or even £1,000 was never going to happen, because that's not the way it was back then. So they were happy for the kit. So, yeah, they weren't hard done by. Take it from me. Who was better in their prime, Barnes or Mane? Well, it's difficult to, this is Con Strong Whitey, it's difficult. I never ever compare players from different eras. What I say is that I was better when I played, he was better when he played, because football's different. It's a bit like saying Messi or Pele, because, if you're allowed to tackle and kick and fight and break players' legs, whereas Mane wouldn't be used to that, and me playing now would be different. So I never ever compare eras. And also he's playing as a right-footed player on the left, so he doesn't go around and put crosses in, he comes in and scores goals. So it's difficult to say. I know he's better than me now, because I'm 59 years old and old. But back when in my prime or his prime, he's still in his prime now, so give him time. James W. Gregson says, Barnes all day. Love Mane, though this guy was arguably Liverpool's best player ever. I wouldn't go that far when he got Dalglish and Rush and people like that, Ian Callaghan. But, we do what we do. So, but thanks anyway, James, for that little comment. Kyle O'Malley, you're here because of the Icon Pack, aren't you? Is he around? My son, as I said, my son sold me 4 times. I don't know whether he had an Icon Pack and he sold me, but if you're not happy, you can sell me. I don't know if that's what they do. Because my own son has sold me 4 times, so maybe you can get Haaland or Mbappe for me, whatever that is. Should be higher rated. He was incredible. This is from Fatty Pool. Once again, I'm very happy with the scores apart from the defending, so I don't know whether we can have a little vote, or I don't know whether people who play FIFA can disagree and speak to the people in Vancouver and show him some of my old videos of when I was defending and get the defending score higher up. But I'm happy with the rating. He can play anywhere from CM upwards. That's P3 RDY, probably Purdy. The 3 looks like it's a backwards Z. I suppose that's what it is. He can play anywhere from CM centre midfield upwards. I could play anywhere from CM backwards, because my first 4 years in England I played as a centre back. I was always been an attacking player growing up in Jamaica, but my club, no one wanted to play centre back, so I did. So yes, apart from goalkeeper, I would be able to play anywhere. Alex7. Fun fact, his nickname is Digger. Yeah, depending on how old you are, Digger Barnes was a character from Dallas in the 70s, and any player who was called Barnes was called Digger. So they had Bobby Barnes at Watford. Sorry, I'm from Watford. I'm John Barnes. Bobby Barnes from West Ham was called Digger at his club. Paul Barnes from Ipswich, he was also called Digger Barnes. So anybody called Barnes who played in the 80s was called Digger Barnes. So yes. Interesting, my middle name is Charles Brian, so I'm John Charles Brian Barnes. So if you think of JCB, that's my initials, and that's a digger, if you know about tractors. And people think I'm called Digger because of my initials JCB, but it's not. It's because of Digger Barnes from Dallas. Should have 5-star weak foot and 90 plus agility and balance. Yes, I agree with that. I don't agree with the 5-star weak foot because, yes, I scored a lot of goals with my right foot because I had to. Because playing on the left, you come in on your right foot, you got to shoot. So I shot and scored some goals. But I'm not a 2-footed player by any stretch of the imagination. So I don't think you should have a 5-star weak foot. Beat players on the wing like knife through butter, could finesse top bins with both feet. EA done him dirty, still a solid card. No, I'm happy with the card. I think I got a 4-star from a weak foot, which I still think is probably a little bit overrated. But overall, I have to be happy, so be fine for me. And all one says, one of the few players I think this the 5-star on the weak foot. No. Thanks, guys, though. That's very kind of you. This one is 73 pens is an absolute joke. My uncle, when he was little, thought John's name was John Barnes Pen because he scored so many. I didn't consider myself to be a good penalty taker, I must admit. I missed a couple, 2 or 3. Jan Molby and Phil Neal were fantastic penalty takers. And I suppose Jan Molby is the one who really put me off because one of my favorite players ever was Johan Cruyff. And when Jan Molby played for Ajax with Johan Cruyff said that left-footed people aren't good penalty takers because the goalkeeper can read left-footed players much more. And if you look at Lionel Messi, the amount of penalties he's missed, and he's the greatest player in the world ever, and he's left-footed, I suppose that probably played on my mind. So I think 73 pens, which means I scored 73 points, I think that's about right. Penalties weren't my favorite thing. Met this bloke in my shop when he stored his bag with us. Absolute legend and a gent. Makes me want to buy this card. That's Nate from 21. First of all, I want to know what kind of shop it was and what I actually had in the bag, or maybe I shouldn't ask. I want my bag back. I don't think I've got it anymore. So, Nate, I'm not sure what you're actually trying to say. I'm not in the bag, but now you got me intrigued. So get in touch and let me know what kind of a bag it was and what kind of shop it was. And if it's contraband, you can keep it. Rumpf. He was so good in the Equalizer movies, definitely worth the coins. So, I have a bit of a laugh and a joke that every time people go, oh yeah, I know you from somewhere, I recognize you. Go, yes, I'm Denzel Washington. I don't know whether I actually said that to Rumpf, and he actually believes it. So I don't understand whether he's talking about me in the Equalizer movies or not. Or maybe because I love the Equalizer, and then he also, God Thumbs has said, out of all Denzel's movies, you choose that one. I like action movies, and I like cool movies, and I like a cool old guy who doesn't look as if he can fight, being able to fight. It's okay if you're Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know none of you care because PPL can be toxic, but when I was 11, I went to this football tournament with the best team in my county, and met him and Matt Letizier at the rewards ceremony. Please, no hate. I don't know which football tournament that was because we generally, every year at the end of the season, we go to lots of football tournaments, and you haven't really said which tournament this was, unless it was, because at the end of the season, sometimes you have professional players going to Butlins and Pontins to present thousands of trophies to the kids who are there. So Matty, maybe you should have told me which one it was, and hopefully I would remember, but, you know, at least you got a medal. So this is just the rap from Clarkiston. You've got to hold and give and do it at the right time. You've got it wrong here. You've got to hold and give and do it at the right time. You've put you can't be slow or fast. It's you can be slow or fast. No, that's not it. No, it is. You can be slow or fast, but you must get to the line. Not you can't. They'll always hit you and hurt you. Defend and attack. There's only one way to beat them. Get round the back. Catch me if you can, because I'm the England man, and what you're looking at is the master plan. We ain't no hooligans. This ain't a football song. 3 lions on my chest. I know. Listen, you never lose it. You never lose it. Well done, Clarky, son. And that's a good one to end on.